Depression and anxiety have become part of many WWE superstars' lives, throughout their time in the spotlight. There are several who have been able to overcome the stigma and continue to push forward in their careers. These stars serve to inspire the members of the WWE Universe, who wake up to the constant battle each day of such debilitating mental illnesses. Depression and anxiety have become more and more common for the current generation, which is why there are several current WWE stars who have spoken out publicly about their struggle. They have also discussed ways in which they have been able to push it into positive energy during their WWE career. The following list looks at just 5 current WWE superstars who have opened up about their struggles with depression and their inspiring stories. Number 5. Former WWE Universal Champion The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has become one of the most creative wrestling minds of the current generation, and created the Fiend character on his own. Wyatt has had his own fair share of struggles throughout his wrestling career and has been handed many frustrations alongside. Wyatt was one of the company's most underrated stars for several years before he was pushed into the WWE Championship picture. He only held the title for around 2 months before losing it to Randy Orton at WrestleMania 33. Wyatt's current creativity has become the main outlet for him, when it comes to handling his mental health problems. He was able to open up about these issues on Instagram recently. "You are stale. They ruined you. He is boring. I hate his matches. My life is art. My art successes and my loved ones are the only exit I have from my mental health." You have no idea how much a simple, thoughtless comment on social media can directly affect the person you are sending it to. With great power comes great responsibility. The negativity in our world is astonishing. And mental health is at an all-time decline. Be better, it could save a life. They saved mine. Wyatt recently took 4 months away from WWE TV but has since been able to return to his role as the Fiend. Number 4. Former WWE Women's Champion Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks has become an inspiration for women all over the world throughout WWE's women's evolution. The Boss recently became one of the first African American women to main event WrestleMania, but came up short against Bianca Belair. The former champion has become a popular star throughout her career. She was able to open up about her own struggles behind the scenes whilst appearing on former WWE star Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull sessions. Depression was taking over. My mind was taking over. My thoughts were taking over. This place was being bigger than me. And I really lost myself because, for a good 7 years, I didn't even hear my real name. I didn't hear Mercedes anymore. All I heard was Sasha Banks, and traveling on the road, we only get 1 to 2 days off. So, I'm home, not even seeing what my real hair looks like. All I see is purple hair and blue hair every single day. There were just so many things that were I let it control me. I let it take it in and be like, this is too much, instead of being like, you know what? Everything's good. Breathe. Everything's fine. Banks revealed that she was forced to ask WWE for some time off. Vince McMahon allowed her to take some time to work on her mental health so that she could return a few months later and become the boss once more. Number 3. Former WWE Universal Champion Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was recently victorious at WWE WrestleMania. He overcame the threat of Shane McMahon inside a steel cage. Whilst the monster among men shows off his larger-than-life persona on-screen, he recently opened up to former WWE star Lillian Garcia on her Chasing Glory podcast, about his depression struggles back in 2019. Strowman revealed that, there were several changes in his personal life at the time, and spending time on the road with WWE didn't help his mental health. It was a culmination of things going on in my life. The worst part about it was the beginning of last year. I went through a really bad breakup. My personal life was a mess, and being a WWE superstar, it is really hard to balance the road life and your personal life, and that's part of the reason the relationship did not work out. I got to a point where I felt like I wasn't important at work, so I had no escape. My mind was all over the place and I was by myself. Strowman has since been able to step into a prominent role on Monday Night Raw and is now seen as an important part of the Red brand. Number 2. WWE Superstar Aleister Black. Former NXT champion Aleister Black hasn't been seen on WWE programming since October when he was drafted over to SmackDown. It's currently unclear what the future holds for the Dutch destroyer. Black is a star who has always been open about his mental health struggles. He has used his story to inspire his fanbase. Following his move over to SmackDown last year, Black opened up to Sports Illustrated regarding his recent struggles with his mental health. The biggest problem is that, for people who have mental health problems, there are no words, there is no care, and there are no things you can say to someone having an anxiety attack or on the edge of what they're mentally capable of. If the world starts to understand that part, it would mean a great deal. Sometimes, for people who have mental health problems, just being there is enough. Being able to let them talk and hear their voice. Black went on to state that his wife, former WWE Superstar Zelina Vega, was a huge help for him just by being there, but the fact she'll be in the room with me, there with me, makes all the difference, he admitted. Knowing that there are people who care for you and won't try to undermine what you're feeling or influence how you should be feeling, that is very meaningful. Rumors suggest that Black could make his WWE return in the near future after the former champion was recently spotted at the Performance Center. Number 1. Former WWE Champion Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan has proved over the past decade that he is one of the most popular WWE superstars in the history of the company. The former WWE Champion's career took quite a knock back in 2016 when he was forced to retire because of a neck injury. Wrestling was all that Bryan knew and it was the only career he had ever wanted. This left him in a tough place after his 16-year career came to an end, something that was well documented on Total Bellas. A shaman helped me very differently than any therapist that I've ever gone to, but some people relate well to therapists, so it's important to find a mode of healing that works for you. You may still struggle with depression, but you have to keep trying, not only for yourself but for the people you love. Bryan was able to make his wrestling return 2 years later when he was cleared for in-ring action by WWE's medical team. He has since become an integral part of SmackDown. Give yourself another day, another chance. You will find your courage eventually. Don't give up on yourself just yet. You say you're depressed, all I see is resilience. You are allowed to feel messed up and inside out. It doesn't mean you're defective, it just means you're human. So, I wish all my subscribers a happy life. I see you in next video. Personally, I say, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button, and if you have something to say, please leave a comment.
Oh, let me up with a bright smile on now. Put me in the dark, so won't get lost now. To the moonlight, eyes you.